This is a video about the concrete phase 1 at Cumberland Valley Estates. Originally, we planned to do this for 3 days, July 18th, July 19th, and July 20th. It turned out to be about a 2-week project. As you can see, coming up the hill, the road's pretty rutted. Every rain, we would have to drag the rock and dirt to eliminate all the big ruts. If you had a 4-wheel drive car or truck, it was okay to get up, but if you had a 2-wheel drive car or front-wheel drive, it got pretty tough. As you can see, there's some pretty big ruts on the left side of the road. We left those till the end of the project. This is the first beginning of the project where we began putting the forms in, dragging the road, and this took place on July 17th, which is Monday. Yeah, I'll need them down at the bottom on the left. We worked full day to put all these forms in. Our goal was to get about 100 feet of form. That was be 2 loads of concrete that we were anticipating for Tuesday, July 18th. And once the forms were in, we did our best to drag the road, get it to sweep to the left so that any water would run down into the ravine. This is the end of the forming day, which was July 17th. We got the form set for 100 feet and we got the base in to level things out. And now Claudia's cutting rebar, the rebar to put in as a mat for the concrete. So the rebar's 3/8 inch steel stock, and we cut it into 20-foot pieces and 10-foot pieces to lay the mat. This is our first load of concrete. So after about a day and a half of forming, we were ready for our first truck. Each truck is 10 yards, and this is our first truck. We got 3 helpers plus Claudia and myself for a total of 5 people to help pour concrete. The end of day 1 gave us about 100 feet of brand new concrete. And then we prepped for day 2. We lost some time with some thunderstorms, so we had to let things dry out. This is what delayed our project. We lost Wednesday, July 19th and July 20th due to thunderstorms. We had to let things dry. So it took us a couple days before we could get back out there, pull up all the forms from the existing first day's pour, and get ready for the second pour. So this is late on Thursday, July 20th, where we were able to get the forms up and get ready for our Friday pour, which is on July 21st. So it's second day of the pour, and they brought us some soup. So we've got to wait and let it get a little firmer. So the concrete truck's at the bottom, and they're going to let it stiffen up a bit because the soup won't stay on the hill. All right, we are 4 trucks into the pour. We're about 200 feet from where we started, and we got the next pours tomorrow. And so we've got to do 3 trucks tomorrow, which should give us about 150 feet, which would be way past the pickup down there. And that'll be our last pour for this year because we are out of funds. So next year when we get road maintenance dues at the beginning, hopefully we can plan for another pour in the spring or summertime. But that's where we're at now. And that's what the drive looks like down the hill. So our next pour will be able to go 150 feet. That's 3 trucks, 30 yards. The total pour for this year, 70 yards. Concrete is 5.5 inches thick. And this is the worst part of the main road. So So hopefully this will help everybody. All right, we are getting ready for the pour tomorrow. We've got 30 yards coming tomorrow. Claudia and I formed, leveled, compact all of this, and the other 40 yards that's up there, that's already done. This will be the last segment for the year, or maybe two, depends on how much money we can save. Cumberland Valley Estates. Last thing we gotta do is put some wire in it. We'll do that next. Ready for mud in the morning. This is mud on July 24th. And it is a hot day, and we are doing our best to keep up. Luckily, we have 3 extra helpers, actually 5 extra helpers. Now, our original goal was to wet set the relief joints as we were pouring the concrete, but to be honest, we just didn't have enough people. We started getting behind on the concrete. We couldn't get the wet set relief joints in. So on Wednesday, July 26th, we ended up renting a wet saw, and then Claudia and I went back and cut all the relief joints in at 10-foot intervals into the concrete. And that's what this is right here. Went pretty smooth since the concrete was green. We just didn't have any water. So we had to put a trash can in the back of the razor, get water, bring it to the road, and we get about 3 or 4 cuts in before the water would run out. We are just about done. It's been about 6 days since the last pour. About 5 days or so. We did it on Monday. Today's Friday. And we ready for light vehicle traffic on Monday. And heavy vehicle traffic after 28 days. And we're just telling everybody Labor Day, which is September 1st. I think. And we'll be back in business. This is the cost breakdown for our project this year. Total of 70 yards, about 350 feet of concrete roadway, which gives us all-weather surface. Concrete was about $14,000. The rebar or steel was about $2,000. The concrete wet saw we had to rent to put in those relief joints is $160. Miscellaneous wire, nails, sandbags, other things that we needed, about $250. Food and drinks for the labor, we ended up buying Gatorade, waters, and lunches for the non-skilled labor. It was crazy hot out. That was about $150. Ron and Paula from the Cumberland Valley Estates, they made a $1,900 cash donation. And Justin and Ashley from the Cumberland Valley Estates donated all the form lumber, all the 2x6 lumber. Thank you very much. They also made a $300 cash donation to help cover our skilled labor on the very last day, so we could hire a couple extra people. Thank you. The forming, rebar, all the tying, that was all done by myself and Claudia, and of course the tractor was donated by us as well. The labor for day one, a total of $450 for 3 non-skilled. Same for day 2, total of $450 for 3 non-skilled labor folks. And then on day 3, we ended up getting an additional 3 non-skilled labor for a total of 6, and that cost about $900. The Amigos Construction, David and Emily, who are home lot owners here at the Cumberland Valley Estates, they donated 2 skilled finishers on day 3. Thank you very much. It helped out with that big pour on the 3rd day, where we ended up pouring 3 full trucks. So the total cost for the entire concrete project, which took just under 2 weeks to complete, $18,412.88. And we subtract the cash donations, were $2,000 $200, which gave us a total out-of-pocket expense for the Cumberland Valley Estates Road Maintenance Group of $16,192.88.